Excellent. Good morning, Candice. How are you doing today? Doing great. We are so excited to have you as a guest on our show today. So, our guest is a powerhouse performer. She's been described as stunning and a must see by New York and LA critics. She's an alum of Wagner College, a veteran of Second City and UCB stage. She's most famous for her special Italian Bred, and we are excited to have her today, Candice Guardino. Candice, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Wow.
So, Candice, you've been described as redefining the solo performance, but growing up in a loud Staten Island house, did you ever know what solo meant?
Yes, I was young. Like everything is open, everything's fucking info that players by those sort of a one person shows of like the theatrical performances like Stomach with Damo, those shows where you form characters and storytelling and comedy and the journey of theatrics, and then I fell into music. So it's definitely a full night of entertainment.
You wrote down everything your grandma ever uttered. What was the most unfiltered piece of advice she ever gave you that couldn't be put in the special? Go for it.
Type of person that would help you with your own way. Something that I sort of know, but something that I had to, well, I could sugarcoat it. I had to sugarcoat it. She always walked around with a bat in her hand. Anyone that pissed her off, she was a 5 foot tall woman at like 100 pounds. She was this little thing, but always in heels and oh god, a badass woman. But she always had a metal bat in her hand, and she would always say to me, "I think this car needs some of ours." And I was like, "So you're just gonna, hit school fast?" She's like, "Nah, we'll take out a windshield." So her piece of advice was, "Don't let anyone push you."
Along with your family being a prominent part of the special, you had some celebrity cameos. Tell us about those.
I did in the show I wanted to put on. I was a little nervous because I thought, oh, I'm in the industry. Would anyone, come to me? And I thought, well, I'll put a celebrity or two in, and celebrities like Steve Filippo and Mario Cantone come into the show and do like a 3 or 4 minute character on screen as a virtual cameo. And they were with me for about a year, sort of being the virtual cameo on screen. And then after I morphed into this new version of the show, they've just been great support. So now when you watch the show, you won't see them on Amazon and Apple, but you will know that they've supported the show over the years. It was so fun to have them in the beginning stages. And now it's just morphed into this 90-minute theatrical experience that I'm just so excited to share with everyone.
So now that your specials on Prime and Apple TV, has your family seen it?
Having, and of course, my mother's hired the flip and told everyone, and it's going around the air on the East Coast. Yes, they have. Of course, I get the typical. So every time my parents have seen me live or now watching the specials, I get notes from them telling you don't really impersonate right. You could do it this way. Or my dad's like, no, I feel like I believe that it's a movie. And I'm like, yeah, makes sense.
So tell us a little about your podcast with Sarah. Don't start.
Yes, don't start that story. We'll see. And we have on some fabulous guests. We just had on the mediums, the fantastic mediums, John Edwards. We had on Tony Award winner Terry Smith. So we have some great ones coming up. We are so fascinated with people that inspire us, and we love good and laugh. So this is an exciting venture for both of us.
That is awesome. And then being an alum of Wagner and Second City and UCB training, what is the hardest surviving a high stakes improv set at one of those places?
That's for sure. Is that members of the audience, whatever you're working with at the time, but letting the silence sit for a minute. It's okay. And I think what I've learned is sometimes, especially being on stage alone now, is sometimes there's a moment of silence, and yes, every line is fine. I'm speaking up there myself, but it's okay to take silence for a second. It's okay to let the laugh sit in. It's okay for the awkward moments to just sit there for a minute and let this all reel in the moment of awkwardness. It's okay to do that. And I think that was one of my biggest takeaways was being on my feet and being ready for anything, but at the same time, knowing that it's okay to sit in silence or laughter for a moment.
So, do you ever get stuck in a character? When you're out and about, you accidentally slip into one and start talking as them, even when you're not doing the show.
My husband will tell you if we're having a fight, I'll slip in for sure, sound like my grandmother, or I'll slip in and I'll say something, and he'll say, "Your father says it like that," and I'm like, "Yeah." So usually when I'm or it's a discussion where I have to put my point across, I need to get my point out there, I'll just sort of flip into a character, not on purpose, and my husband will point it out.
So, for the one person who hasn't seen Italian breed yet, give us the elevator pitch as your grandma.
Oh, she would say, first of all, she'd take a big drag on the cigarette. She would say, "Go eat Italian bread. It's everything you want it to be and nothing of what you expect. It's a great night at the theater. And if you don't like what you saw, keep your mouth shut. We don't need bullshit."
Awesome. It has been a pleasure having you on the show. Before we let you go, where on social media, where on the web can they find out more about Italian Bred?
You can find me on Instagram, Guardino, or you can go to my website at Guardino.com.
Excellent. It has been a pleasure having you on the show, and we wish you the best in the future. That was a pleasure having Candice on today. We enjoyed talking about her new special.